Okay, 7.5. These are special types of linear systems. The objective today, students will be able to identify how many solutions a linear system has. Okay, usually in the problems that we've done so far, there has just been one solution. We always just find one solution. But today we're going to find out that sometimes there is either no solution, which we would write like this, no solution, or there are infinite solutions, meaning that there are several solutions that work. In fact, there's infinite solutions that work. And that's because the two equations are actually the exact same line. If they're the exact same line, then they have infinite solutions, so we would have like a line and then a line right on top of it. That's exactly the same. But if it's no solution, it means that those two lines are actually parallel. And that's not a very good drawing of parallel lines, but you get the idea. They're two lines that will never touch, so there's no intersection and there's no solution for them. So we're going to do a couple of these and see what we find out. Okay, first one, we're going to solve this system. Well, looks like it's going to work out kind of nice because I got some things that are going to cancel out pretty well. I'm going to subtract, so I'm going to just subtract this whole equation from this whole equation. The way I do that, I could put the minus sign and distribute the minus all the way through, which is how I told you guys to do it, so let's do it that way. If I was to multiply everything on the bottom by -1, this would become negative 2x, negative y, and negative 1. And then we could get rid of that sign. So when we go straight down, 2x minus 2x would just be 0. Y minus y would just be 0. And 5 minus 1 would be 4. Well, let's think about this. 0 equals 4. That's not true. That is not true. So that means that there is no solution for these two guys. Anytime you get an equation that is not true, some number that doesn't really equal the other number. So if I got like 2 equals 5 or 7 equals 10, right? Two numbers that obviously are not equal, that means we have a no solution scenario. Okay, well, I want you guys to try this problem here. It's a little bit trickier. You're going to have to multiply something to get it to get some numbers to cancel out, but try it and see what you get. And you might want to press pause, and I'll put the answer up there in just a second. Okay, when I worked this out, I multiplied the top equation by -2, giving me negative 2x, negative 6y, and negative 8. I added straight down, got 0x, 0y, and negative 4. And 0 times x is just 0, plus 0 times y is just 0, so I get 0 equals negative 4. Well, that's not true. So I put a little slash there because it does not equal. Therefore, this is a no solution problem, right? We cannot have 0 equals negative 4. That's just not true. Okay. Let's try the next example. Switch over to blue. So now we're going to solve this system. And let's see, we want a variable to cancel out here, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to multiply one of these equations to get something to cancel out. Well, I have a negative and a positive, negative and a positive. So I think I need to make something a negative. So again, I'm going to multiply, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the top by -2. Because -2 times -2 makes positive 4, and then I would have the opposite of negative 4. So let's do that, but I'm going to put my answers down here right below. So -2, that's a negative there. -2 times -2 makes positive 4x. -2 times 3y makes negative 6y. And -2 times 3 makes negative 6. Oh, you know what I just remembered, guys? This 3 is not supposed to be there. It was a typo. So let's pretend like it's just a 1 there. And that would be -2 times -1 would just make -2. Sorry about that. And then -2 times positive 3 over here would make -6. Alright, now I can go and add these equations together. I get negative 4x and 4x, that makes 0. 2y and -2y, that also makes 0. And 6 minus 6, that also makes 0. Okay, I get 0 equals 0. Is that a solution? Is that an x equals something or a y equals something? No, it's not. So I don't know what x equals, I don't know what y equals, but that's because there's infinite solutions. Because I could plug in any number for x, and there's going to be a solution for y for that situation. So this is an infinite solution situation. Okay, I want you guys to move to practice number 2. Try it on your own. It doesn't look like there's anything you're going to have to multiply. Things should just cancel out nice and neat. But I want you guys to try it see what you get, and if you get just some number equals a number, or 0 equals 0, or 5 equals 5, or 6 equals 6, that means we have infinite solutions. So I'm going to work it out in just a second. I'll put the answers up there, but you may want to pause the video and try it on your own now. Alright, when I worked it out, I added two equations together and I got 0 plus 0 equals 0. Well, 0 equals 0, that's true, right? Okay, so here's the main difference. Before, these answers that we got were not true. Like 0 does not equal 4, 0 does not equal negative 4. So we had situations that were not true. Here, we have situations that are true, but they don't give us any information. So this is when we know that it's an infinite solution problem. When the equations are not true, that's when it's a no solution problem. Okay, that's the basic difference. Alright, what I want you guys to do now is I want you guys to go through these and figure out how many solutions they have. There's either 0 solutions, so no solution. There's 1 solution, which is what we've been doing normally. Or there's infinite solutions. So when you get like 0 equals 0 or 5 equals 5, that's infinite solutions. So I want you to go ahead and work these out. I will put the answers up in just a little bit, but I'm going to leave them up there for just a few seconds. Okay, so we have a few examples here. The first one, I end up with 0 equals 0, so that's infinite solutions because it's true, but I don't have an answer for x or y. It's just a number equals a number. Here I have 0 equals 12, which is not true, so that's no solution. And here I got x equals 1 and y equals 2, so my answer is 1, 2. So that is just one solution, and there it is, 1, 2. Why don't you guys try these last three on your own. Okay, when I work these ones out, I got 0 equals negative 2, which is not true, so that's a no solution. Here I got 0 equals 0, which is true, so that's infinite solutions. And here I got x is 2, y is 1. So that's the one solution, and there it is, 2, 1. Alright, that's it for these notes. Not anything crazy, you just have to know that when you get some number equals a number and it's true, that means infinite solutions. And when you get some number equals a different number, like 0 equals 4, and it's not true, then that is no solution. And that's it. That's really only two things you need to know. And then everything else is going to be a single solution like we've been doing. So, not too bad. Pretty doable. Talk to you guys later.